Namaste, angels. I'm going to do a client reading, a 30-minute client reading for somebody for whom I actually meant to do the reading last week and didn't realize that I had it undone. I went to do someone else's and went to, like, I looked at brought up the list and I'm like, oh man, like, let me do this one first. She hasn't, complained or contacted me, but I meant to do it last week. So anyway, doing it now. And it is for a Virgo. She left a birth date of 9/12, so that would be a Virgo. We're beginning with relationship, which is about the relationship that one has with themselves, and need to work on that a bit, particularly if we're in search of relationships with others that are truly, born of love and a genuine connection. We need to have one with ourselves first. And opening to Embrace, which is a card that's very similar. Embrace, it looks like a couple in a nice tight, loving hug. And it can mean that, especially if you're picking up intuitive meanings, it can come out as that. But what the author intended was for this card to represent one person's inner masculine and feminine coming together in a harmonious way. And so that for me is like the energy of temperance in the tarot. Temperance in the tarot represents the sign of Sagittarius. So there may be a Sagittarius involved here. But also tends to come up for me as the sign of Aquarius as well. It's about healing from the universe, basically. The universe helping you to reach this place and this place. Embrace and meditation. So how do we go about working on healing and trying to achieve balance and chi? Meditation is definitely a means. Something that you can do if you haven't tried. And a lot of us find it difficult to meditate. I'm an air sign, a Gemini no less. Gemini and Mercury, our ruler, we rule the nervous system. So it's like somebody that always has stuff going through their heads is not going to be very good at meditation. But there are other means. There are things like yoga, which is actually a form of meditation. There are the binaural tones that you can just listen to, so you don't have, eventually they put you into like a lull. You can sleep with them. So if you can't consciously meditate, you can put them on and go to sleep. There are many different ways. And there are ones that you can bring up specifically for trying to focus on inner balance. Speaking of Aquarius, opening to listening, which can be about messages from the universe, downloads, syncs, signs, but also about communication. And again, the sign of Aquarius. In the tarot, the star represents the sign of Aquarius. And all of the air signs are about communication in one way or another. But Aquarius and its ruler, one of the things that they control is technology. And so for me, when I feel Aquarius energy, and it's related to listening, which is a means of communication, right? It tends to be communication that's of like an electronic means. So texting, FaceTime, email, different things like that, or telepathy, right? Because we're electric beings too. This could also be downloading the healing or listening and getting to a meditation, listening to some sort of maybe a guided meditation or the binaural tones or some sort of practitioner who is helping you. Embrace and golden path. This tells us that we're, at least going in the right direction. We may not feel like we know where we're going, or even when we've been sometimes, but this says stay the course, Don't panic. Don't, allow that to derail you. And it always connects for me to the energy of, it's very Wizard of Oz like for me. And it doesn't matter how many times I pick it up. Right away, these rainbows jump out at me. And I'm hearing somewhere over the rainbow. So we know that in the distance, there is victory. And we can achieve it. It's achievable victory. But also the golden path, it sort of looks like the yellow brick road here. And at the end of the yellow brick road, the whole purpose of them going down that path was to reach the Emerald City. And the ray of healing is the Emerald Ray. So I just think that in this card, I just totally feel the Wizard of Oz. But what's the moral of that story? We can work on our own healing. We can help ourselves. Even if there is something larger supporting us, there are ways that we can bring about, and there are, these other higher beings in ourselves supporting us, rooting for us on the path. But there are things that we can do. So getting back to working on the relationship with yourself and working on healing yourself with just a little help. We are capable of this. Embrace. I'll do one more, and it is Message from Afar, which can also be connected to the sign of Aquarius. I read off your birthday. I said 9/12. That equals Virgo. So maybe there is somebody else involved, or you have Aquarius in your chart or something. But again, you're probably saying, Aquarius, why? This is fire, yes. But it's coming through as Mars, and not only Mars, but Mars in Aquarius. And I guess that doesn't mean that somebody is actually in Aquarius, but this Mars in Aquarius could be what's giving you a push. This can also be connected to telepathy and signs and syncs and downloads from the universe, as well as actual communication and contact from others. And Earth connection. Now here's your energy, and an indication that there's a need for you to spend more time with your element, with Mother Nature, with the earth, in the earth. And if you can do meditation, you live in an area that's conducive to doing meditation outdoors with Mother Nature, then I suggest you should. And when I say that, I don't mean necessarily you have to be sitting on the ground with legs folded, quote unquote, Indian style, with their hands in a prayer pose. You can, if you're into that and that's what you want to do, but that's not a requirement. There's so many ways to connect with the universe. You could be sitting on a park bench with your headphones, jogging, walking. Some people like to throw down a towel or blanket or something and lay in the grass, or put your feet in some sand at the beach or the water and just be still and otherwise think. All of those things. Are you sharing time and energy and your space even with the universe? And that open up the flow of abundance. Overall energy is reflection. Reflection is about what it sounds like, basically. Looking forward, looking at your present, looking at your future. What do you want to bring with you? What do you need to let go? It's like a review of your life, allowing your life to flow through your mind and taking lessons that you learned along with you, releasing anything that wasn't helpful and that was, but it's run its course and it's no longer helpful, doesn't align with your life, letting those things go. Here will be your energy. This is the Divine Masculine, about the feminine. And do you not know yours? Only thing was in the message was your date of birth, but I just felt like you might not know who this person is. And not that there's anything wrong with that. That is fine if that's the case. Yeah, I'm going to still proceed. And maybe it's somebody around you. All right, so your energy, the masculine, as it relates to you, him about himself, and union as a whole. Overall, maybe like you don't know, you're not sure who it is in terms of a masculine, not necessarily that you don't know the person at all. Yeah, that's what it is. What the masculine would have the feminine do toward the union, what he himself is willing to, and what the universe would have the two do. It will help you with this. You have to affirm to, resolve to doing that and actually follow through. It's you 100% support on that and the outcome. It's divine feminine, sacred union. Divine feminine is coming up as an actual divine feminine. Wonderful. This is a beautiful way to start. So maybe that's why I felt that when I was putting this card down. Maybe it is like you're not sure if this person is the one, essentially. You weren't sure if relationship or what was happening was a divine union. So the confirmation coming through right away. All right, the masculine as it relates to the feminine. We're on a roll. We're already matching and we got a color scheme going, just started. There's a need to surrender. Might be new to both. Again, you fully support it, and that support is infinite. It never runs out. But, we call on it. And then we have to actually listen, like that other card that turned up. Listen, watch, pay attention, be receptive to the signs, synchronicities that come up. And then surrender and actually follow through with the guidance. Masculine about himself. Celebration. He's going through awakening, rebirth stages. Each time we go through one of these phases, there is cause for celebration, for having grown. And that's where he is right now. This dove, when it comes up, it reminds me of the Pentecost. And that's what the event of the Pentecost is about, basically. Or it's connected to, Resurrection Sunday, Easter Sunday, whatever you want to call it. And the fact that not only Jesus, but other quote-unquote saints, according to the scriptures, were risen from the dead to walk the earth. And so we can apply that to ourselves as it relates to the rise, continued rise and ascension that we go through. So, union as a whole, working on balancing out that masculine and feminine energy and coming together in a harmonious way. Beautiful. Beautiful. Overall, more of the need to surrender. The goddess of the moon. These can be connected to the energy of water too. They don't have to be though. But the moon, the actual moon, like Earth's moon at least, rules the sign of Cancer. And the moon in the tower represents the sign of Pisces. The goddess, when she turns up though, is about the need to surrender again and follow through. And it sits right here atop the others, atop this guidance that the masculine is receiving about his ascension and continuing to be elevated. It requires surrender and follow through, and so does any guidance that he receives as it relates to you in this connection. What would he have you do toward the union? This is the universal heart, the healer of the ages and all time, Jesus Christ. So it is this need to work on yourself. And we're continuing with the color scheme too, with the blues and greens and a little white. Just show that there was intention behind these cards that were chosen. There's a purpose and a rhyme and a reason to it. Also, this would be connected to the need to surrender to the healing. You asked for guidance. Did you call out for it? You prayed for it already? Okay, it's here. Now we follow through. The masculine, what is he himself willing to do? He's working on physical body. This doesn't have to be exterior, but exterior could be included, you know, definitely. Particularly after last week when we had that new moon in your sign, the new moon in Virgo. And we did have Mars to enter Aquarius. This could be what the Mars in Aquarius is about. I read in the general reading last week all about how we would be moved to, with the Virgo energy, the new moon in Virgo, we will be moved to maybe focus on things like exercise and, you know, inside and out, healing our physical bodies, things of the earthly, right, the earthly plane. But also how Mars in Aquarius was about action. And so maybe if this is something he wanted to do for a long time and was sort of committed to it, it's like, now I'm really doing it. I'm really going to do this, and it's going to help the union too. I'm going to really work on me. And that will also aid with this part and the two of you coming into balance together. Individually, each masculine and feminine within coming together in balance, and then the two of you coming together in balance. Consequently, what the universe wants to help you with, staying on path, staying the course, and reaching your goal, you know, your healing efforts. Although we really never finish healing, you know, altogether, because if you, it's like there wouldn't be any reason for us to be here anymore if we didn't have anything else to learn, or, you know, or there was no further room for growth. Then our time here is basically done, or, you know. So that's what I mean by that. As long as we're here, there's always an opportunity to grow some more, heal some more, learn some more. And the outcome, getting nearer and dearer to the universe, the trilogy of light, which is a representation also of the divine feminine and masculine, and the universe, and us always trying to, again, heal ourselves, better ourselves, to get higher and higher, elevated, nearer and dearer to divine source. And I love how it sits here, right, it popped up here right next to the Jesus card too, and right underneath the Pentecostal dove, which is like the Holy Spirit. Very nice. Let's get from a perspective of the universe, beginning with that spiritual growth I was just talking about, and opening to young female. Young female tends to represent for me the sign of Sagittarius and the planet Jupiter. Jupiter, the planet of expansion, growth. So not surprised to find it here, opposite spiritual growth. Karma, I mean, people say luck, I say, I don't believe in luck. It's like karma. So based on your karma, Jupiter helping you to continue to grow. And opening to passion, which is more fire sign energy, and is about what it sounds like, pursuing our passions. And it's another tight and loving embrace. So this could be representative of that, again, coming into balance. Speaking of karma, karma. Karma. And young female is back. Sort of confirming or reiterating that, yes, this is the energy of Jupiter. And it's helping to guide you along the path. Jupiter very much present in your situation. Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius, but is also connected to the fixed signs, and those would include Aquarius, Taurus, so fellow earth sign for you, Taurus, Scorpio, and Leo. Overall energy is Ice Queen. This could be representative of Venus, perhaps, I mean, I guess it could be Mercury too, but I would say Venus more so is the ice queen, or one of the air signs. Again, maybe Aquarius, since I've been feeling that all along. Gemini, Libra. We actually have this week Mercury entering Libra, so that's something that could affect us all. Mercury, ruler of Gemini, entering Libra. So that, yeah, that's something that could affect everybody. And again, Mars is in Aquarius. So divine couple, recent past, near future, masculine's higher self, blocks to the union, what the feminine can do, what the masculine can do, further advice from the universe and what it will help us with, wants to help us with. If we have to affirm that we'll, commit to that. And that's what we want, and it's there with 100% support and the outcome. Divine couple, karma. So this can mean a few things. Each of you separately and together, perhaps, if energetically, if not physical, dealing with these things, with this karma. And the connection itself, if it's a sacred union, contrary to what might be popular belief, it's karmic. We use karmic, I don't, but we do in the divine union community, or twin flame community, as something negative, something derogatory. You know, that's the karmic. And this is but really, even the divine unions are karmic. That means of the universe, destined, containing a lesson. All right, and even if it is a lifelong lesson. So recent past, passion. I'm getting something else about this, but it's not, I can't see it completely. So I'll come back to it. It may be connected to Mars, because I was getting something about Mars, but I wasn't sure what. But now, looking at the near future, we just had Mars leaving Capricorn, where it was, and going into Aquarius. So this could be what this is. But that could bring about, maybe it's bringing about money. This is also Earth energy. This could be your energy, near future, connection being heightened, passion. Masculine's higher self. That may help us to see more of this picture. Ice King. Maybe he's the air sign I kept feeling, or he's got the air in his chart. Ice King can be Mercury himself, again, ruler of the sign of Gemini, as well as Virgo. So it could be your energy too. Now that I think about it, that all this air that keeps coming up could definitely be you too. Could be Mars, ruler of fire sign Aries, or Scorpio, water sign Scorpio. Could also be the energy of Leo. So any one of the air signs, an Aries, a Scorpio, or Leo involved. But this card is also very emperor-like for me. It's like an authority, a father figure, a boss, a leader. This could be the divine masculine really getting into his role as a leader. Like this is like it says Ice King, but very King of Wands, or Emperor. Blocks a karmic female energy. So some other situation that contains a lesson. Doesn't have to be an actual person. It could be, again, karma, and it's something he has to work through, and you have to work through. This is just blocks. It's the way it's affecting you. Could be affecting your finances too. And that could be a block in itself. But what can you do here to help yourself? Young male. Masculine may be younger than you. I don't feel this is anybody's son or anything. This could be the masculine younger than you. And it's saying, yeah, go for it. And what he can do is mature woman. Yeah, this looks like a May-December relationship. If you weren't sure who it was, it's coming through as this younger man. And what the universe wants to help you with, further advice from the universe, boom, twin flame. I love this reading. And the outcome, union. Oh my goodness, boom. Yeah, so basically what this spread says is that anything you're going through is par for the course, and you're meant to just, you know, keep going ahead, full steam ahead down the course, facing whatever comes up, even these blocks, and dealing with them, because there's an ultimate goal here that you're going to be reaching. To look at some romance cards, I'm beginning with make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. And opening to separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. I feel that this is already, and then maybe that's why I, also felt like you're not sure the person is. So I don't think that's separation to come. I think you're there already. But there's a make the effort again, and the need to heal family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. But it's not just your parents. It's any and everybody with whom you have some sort of situation, issue, that is so impactful upon your life that you can't move forward. Then you have to work on that. Whether it means to repair the relationship, if that's possible, or you have to walk away from it. But you gotta face it somehow. While you're doing that, calling in your soulmate at the same time, your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Make the effort, and boom, there he is. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Make the effort. One more. There's a need to release your ex first. The time has come to clear your energy. And I think that may be literal this time. I pick up release the ex, and it means all kinds of stuff for me. But I think that there may be actual other characters involved here that need to be relationships that, again, need to be either healed one way or another, repaired, or you're walking away from them. And then that's going to open doors in your romantic life as well, or help with ascension in that area. All right, coming to playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Playfulness is a card that guides us to behave sort of more mutable sign-like. So Gemini, Sagittarius, Pisces, Virgo are the more youthful of all the elements. And so we're a little bit more lighthearted about things and take it a little bit more easier than other people. That can be what that was showing up as too. Like sort of like a trading places, right? Like where you, if it's not actual age, it could be the signs. One is a more mature sign, probably the masculine, and one being a more youthful sign. So sort of trading spaces in that sense. Yeah, let's see what the overall energy is. Overall energy is attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Oh, you got two there. Crowning, chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. So there will be physical attraction and a connection, physical, between the two of you. Like, not just the other pull. There's a real desire. Masculine surrounded by honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. This is about like moving into stiller waters, a calmer space, and more in progress, forward moving progress, with like difficulties being behind you. Also surrender with the moon coming in, and allowing the universe to help you to be happy, to move you into this happier place, more positive place. It can also be connected to like the honeymoon phase of a relationship. You just meet, you just connect, and you know, the beginnings of something, new beginnings. Masculine subconscious deception. Someone's wearing a false mask in this relationship. We'll find out who. Crowning you. It is new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. You're surrounded by flirt, extending your lighthearted energy to others, which again you do have as a Virgo. And in your subconscious, give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Crowning. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. If you have friends on the 3D plane, you can take this very literally. You know, that you trust to help you with this situation, or to discuss your love life with. If not, you can call upon your ancestors, the angels, there's other means of support, other friends available to help us. At the root, release your exes back. The time has come to clear your energy. And it may be more so connected to the masculine with this deception here. The heart of the matter, you got two. Separation and soulmate. The time apart from your partner is on the horizon. And yes, this is your soulmate. And I think that they mean two things. So one, yes, a separation being upon you, between you and the soulmate. But also there's a need to separate again from other people that are impacting you, other characters at play. There might not be an actual ex, it may be an actual ex, but other energies that are in the way from whom we need to move away before this can really come together. And I like when I'm feeling these things before they turn up in the cards, so then the cards just become a reconfirmation at that point. I'm going to take this card to further clarify deception, hopefully, and see what else is going on with deception. Codependency, okay? This can mean many things. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. When we say addictions, does that necessarily mean substance abuse? No. I mean, it can mean substance abuse, so that can be here, something that you don't know about. But we also can have codependent relationships upon other people or with other people. Other people can have codependency upon us. Either way, it's toxic. So there's something that has to be released there. So you may be unaware of this, that this is going on. But again, when I talk about something and then it turns up in the cards, I just pulled the cards that were upside down and put them here for the advice and pulled the next upright card randomly. And it, you know, confirmed basically what it already looked like. So something going on there. And we'll see what other meanings release your ex might have. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So this is a meaning for release your ex for me. The need for expression, to be expressive, releasing your ex in that sense. And it can be about expressing yourself and being communicative, including about things like this. Further advice to you from the Universal Love Oracle is heaven on earth. So this probably goes hand in hand with this, because when heaven on earth shows up, first of all, it has fire and air energy, which I've seen throughout the reading. So those can be tied to the other characters. But there is a need to let something old that does not serve us, that's connected to old energy that does not serve us, to let that go in order to vacate the space for something new. Right? And we have these cards mirroring one another here. Vacating the space for something new. Right now we're taking it up. And we can't have the heaven on earth until the space is available. So that's what the masculine is guided to do. For you, sorrow. Sorrow. This is the need to forgive and release. I don't feel like this is new pain, like this is something that's coming. I feel like this is experiences. This is about what you need to talk to him. This is about what you need to work on relationships with your family, healing those family issues. It's connected to old pain. This is part of your karma. That can be healed, at least in part, through expression. That there's something that's gone unsaid, and I do feel it's connected to family. So it could be something you've been carrying for a long time, maybe from childhood, that needs to be addressed, and that's affecting your other relationships. So that takes us back to the beginning of the reading, actually, when I started with that card relationship, and then I opened to embrace, and I spoke about it being about the need to work on one's relationship with themselves. So there's a residual pain from something that on which you need to work, but new love's still coming nonetheless. Okay, we heard this message a couple of times over already. And for you, from the hashtag creepy deck, it's destiny. So even if there's a pause, or if nothing's going on right now, or if we're like, well, why am I not connected? Why has this not happened yet? Why am I separated from my soulmate? Because there's lessons in between and work that we need to do in between. But if it's destined, it's destined. It's coming. And for the masculine, he needs to make the effort. I'd say make the effort applies to this. It could apply to many, many things, but make the effort in ridding himself of this codependent situation, because great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. And in the second spread, he indicated, or his higher self indicated, that he would be following the guidance and paying attention to it. So that needs to happen. And lastly, for you, regardless of how things may look at a given time, appear, even feel sometimes, keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations, and that's typical of divine unions, actually. So I'm sure it does. I hope that this has answered some of your questions and you find it helpful and enjoy it. Namaste, Angel.